Grab yourself a hot drink, a blanket, and make yourself comfortable. My name is Trinity, and we got something to talk about. So, I finally got around to watch the Xbox Microsoft conference at Gamescom 2015, and it was actually likable to watch. It was quite enjoyable. But there's one thing we're gonna talk about, and that is Lara Croft Rise of the Tomb Raider. This game, without being the point that we're going to talk about as the timed exclusive that we have heard in so many videos and articles and forum posts, that this is actually pretty dumb. And I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna come to that, but first I'm gonna talk about a couple of things from the 6-minute gameplay video that was shown at the conference on the live stream as well. And we're gonna look at some few pictures from that where we can sort of see what's going to be something new in this, because we all know that this story is going to be it's a direct sequel from the Tomb Raider game from Square Enix, since this game is Creative Assembly who's making the game, which is why when we see Lara now, she looks more grown up, she looks more older than what she was in Tomb Raider. Now, the skills are back. There's still the 3 skill tree lines we can go through: the Brawler, the Hunter, and the Survivor. And as we can see in the picture, there's 16 in the Brawler, 17 in the Hunter, and 17 in the Survivor. And that's, if you think about it, quite a lot actually. That is actually many skills you can play through, which may give the possibility for you and me as the player. We go into the game and we gather the different skill points, and then we put it in the skill tree where we actually want to do it. If we want to be more of a brawler type, going up against the enemies and just guns blazing all around, and make sure everybody is dead when we enter the room or just enter the area we're going to be in, because this game is going to be 3 times as big as the first Tomb Raider. So hopefully it's going to be like that you can only gather a certain amount of skills that you can put in a certain way that you want to in the skills tree, so you don't have to go through certain paths and become one certain person. So you more can actually just go back, start all from the beginning, and try a new different route to play the game as Lara. Hopefully. Now, we don't know much about it, even though it's still good to see that the skills are back with more skills than in the first game and more customizability. But in the gameplay itself, Lara was more of the brawler type, as we can say, because when we saw her go up and stealth kill a guard that she had lured away with a certain mechanic I'm gonna come to, we actually see her draw a knife and go up and stab him in the neck. Whereas in the first game she would only take her bow around and just keep pulling until they were out cold. Now this is actually kinda interesting. This is more, as I would see it, well, it's more action based, that's for certain, but it also gives me the feeling of more of a Metal Gear Solid kind of way of taking down your enemies without having to rely on certain things. So it's actually interesting to see that she's going through it in another way. But this was only at a certain part, so we do not know how it will completely be. But what it looks like, it's just interesting from what we can see. But, as I say with the customizability, It is freaking awesome to see that at a certain point where she grabs her bow and is about to fire at some guards. We remember from the first game that she only had 2 versions of the bow. She had 3 actually, but it didn't really count that much, the third one, since it wasn't something you could use against your enemies. But this time there is actually 3. You got the normal one, you got the fire one as before, but now there's a third option, which is what looked like to be poison. So you can kinda, from your skill tree, and I'm guessing it's in the survivor skill tree, maybe the hunter, but maybe the survivor, that you can gather ingredients, gather materials, and then craft it into your weapons and use it in different ways, so you can actually go around and go around and poison every guard that you see if you have the ammo for it, which to me was amazing to see. That we now have a new way of go around how we're going to deal with a certain situation in a certain area. So that was pretty good. But the best mechanic I got to see in the game 6 minutes gameplay was when Lara was actually taking a can and then, in the same way you did it in The Last of Us, made a needle bomb. Or it is called I still call it a needle bomb, but you know, the bomb where you just put a lot of sharp materials in it and then you threw it at your enemies, or you placed it carefully as sort of a mine, and when they got close to it, boom, it would just blow up, and all the different needles, all the different things would just fly in a million directions and hit the enemies that are near it. Fantastic. It's actually pretty good to see that they are implementing a mechanic from another game that did it very good actually, which is, in my opinion, not bad at all. It's welcoming, and it's something that we know and how it works, and it will make us think on how we're gonna deal with a certain situation in a certain area. It's awesome. Not only that, but we did get to see her take a bottle and also make it to a Molotov, which she then threw at some enemies. It is great to see that they are implementing different mechanics from different games that we know and actually really like. Now, one thing I will point out though, and it is something that everybody has talked about, and that is, this game is a timed exclusive. We know that. We got to hear it, but it was very hush-hush about how long it would be a timed exclusive, until it was relayed in this conference, which was a whole freaking year. A whole freaking year is this game gonna be on the Xbox One. Now, looking at it from the perspective of Microsoft as the publisher, it's a pretty good business deal. It will make sure that more people will buy the Xbox console and then to get this game so that they can play it on release date, which is here in Europe November the 13th of 2015. But for the PC owners and the PS4 players, we gotta wait a whole year before we can play this game by ourselves. That's bad. That's actually really, really bad. Why take the bribe money and then give it out to only a third of a fan base of this game, and let the rest of the 2/3 not get any pleasure of playing it when it comes out on the release date? It's like I have no words for expressing what I'm feeling for it, and my feeling is just, it's sadness. I'm sad to hear that it's going in this direction, that this is something that every console and PC owner is going to experience from now on in the gaming industry, because it hurts the gaming community and the players, and not only that, the developers and the publishers themselves. It's gonna hurt them if they do keep doing this. So we as the gaming community should actually stand up, raise our voices, even though we're gonna play the game, and tell how we feel about it in our own reviews, in all the forums we can find of it, to all our friends and family members. We're still gonna be able to play this and see what we think about it ourselves, but even then, why should it be a whole year? Because if in the gaming universe, a year is a very long time, and in that whole year, if you're a PS4 owner and you won't get an Xbox console, and if you're a PC owner and you're not getting any consoles at all, you have to wait a whole year of not looking up at forums, reading the different articles or reviews of this game, watch every video that has of top 10 discussions and reviews and all that kind of stuff on YouTube, even live streams you have to ignore from it, so you can actually wait and play it for yourself to enjoy. It's stupid. I hope that the gaming community, that you and I can help this stupid thing to stop, because we can actually make sure that not only Microsoft but Creative Assembly and other publishers in the future, developers in the future, will learn that if they keep doing this and we do not like it, there is the possibility that we will not ever get their products again, because they have screwed us over so much that it doesn't even matter. It would have been understandable if it had been like a DLC, a certain DLC for the Xbox that no PS4 owners or no PC owners are gonna get, that you can only get if you get on the Xbox, where you can play the whole game, but if you get the game on the Xbox, you will be entitled to a DLC that would give you, like, since this is Tomb Raider and you're searching tombs, 5 giant new tombs that you can discover, search, and see all the myths it hold and all that kind of stuff, because you bought it on this instead of this. That would have made a lot more sense than to go out and just say nope, you're not gonna, you're gonna wait a whole year until you can actually love it and play it and see how you like it. I don't like that, and I hope you don't like that either. So I hope they learn from this mistake, because it is something that's gonna hurt the gaming industry and the gaming community, the players, the publishers, the developers themselves, through and through, if they keep doing this, because it's not something we want. It's gonna hurt us really, really bad. But with that said, I still look forward to the game, and I'm gonna play it when it comes out. But I would still love to hear what you guys think of the game itself from what you've seen of other videos. Relate in the comments on what you think about this yourself. Are you for this? Are you against this? And maybe we can talk about this out. I would love to hear your opinion about it. But with that said, thank you guys so very much for watching. Do stay tuned for more. Stay cozy and have a nice day. See ya.